Welcome to That UGC Mum Podcast, the user-generated content podcast for mums who want to have it all. I'm talking about the feminine urge to be there for your kids at the drop of a hat, never miss a sports carnival, but also the feminine urge to build a goddamn empire. Hosted by me, Sanity. Are you ready? So Cristina this morning it's 5 o'clock in the UK, 5 a.m. And just to set the scene, she's sitting in her beautiful camper van so that she doesn't wake up the rest of her family. Good morning, Cristina. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you.
That's good.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and you're in my motherland. I've heard from my sister's family that all telling me it's baking hot in the UK at the moment.
It is, yes. And this is what everyone else is saying as well. We are not prepared for a heat wave. Like, we're very ready for cold. Like, all our houses are covered in carpets, but yeah, for the heat, we're not very good. So we bake. It's like an oven in here.
Oh, well, look, if you need to turn the engine on and get the aircon going, then that's fine. Do what you got to do to survive in there. But yeah, that's really funny. I took my husband to the UK about 4 years ago now, I think, and because he's Australian, it was June, so summer. And he wore his puffer jacket the entire time. He was like, it's so cold here. How do you guys survive? And he doesn't believe me. Like when you guys have hot days, he's like, no, that's not possible.
It's mad. Like, we'll be wearing a jacket tomorrow. It's so volatile. The weather here is crazy. It's honestly, we could have like snow in May. It's crazy. And then it's like 30 degrees. But I also, like, I tell my mum, because I'm from Spain and she's there, and I always tell her, like, Mum, it's 30 degrees here. It's like 40 in Spain. It's the heat. It's just hits different here. It's very hot.
Yeah, it does. It does hit different here. And also, I swear the cold in Australia it bites. Like, it's such a chill. Actually, Spain too. I've been in Spain in the winter, and the cold in Spain is horrific.
Yeah, it is.
Where in Spain are you from? I love Spain.
I'm from a small village near Alicante, so it's southeast. It's on the coast. Yeah. It's lovely. It's really lovely.
What's it called?
It's called Villajoyosa.
Okay.
I don't think many people would know. It's like a hidden gem. It's beautiful little village by the sea.
Oh, it sounds very exotic. Yeah, we love Spain. Many a family holiday spent there. Why did you move to England? Of all places.
No, I came to England to learn English, actually. My plan was just to come for 3 months, and then 20 years later, I was still here.
Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the plan. I wanted to learn languages, so I came to England. I also went to Italy. I wanted to go to France, but I kind of stopped there.
Yeah, and I always find it really funny when people from gorgeous countries, like Spain or New Zealand, live in England, because obviously I grew up there, and I just find it.
I know, but I absolutely love England. I fell in love with the culture. Like, I just love it here. I feel at home. It's weird, but I feel at home here. There's no way you're not taking me out of here. I love it.
Ah, it's your place. Is your hubby English as well?
It's English, yeah.
Fusion family.
He actually wants to leave England.
Well, yeah, we all do.
I know. It's to be honest, there is many things I don't like about the UK, but the rain isn't one. I actually love the rain. That's probably one of the reasons I wanted to stay, because I love rain. But that's just me being a bit weird.
Yeah. Cristina, so I really want to hear about your UGC story, obviously. So let's start from the very beginning. So what were you doing before you discovered UGC, and then when did you discover it, and what sort of flicked a switch in you?
So I was actually promoting my editing course when I stumbled across UGC. So I have an editing course for beginners, and I wanted to grow a community. So I wanted to open up a community on my stand, and I came across the girls on Hive Hub Collective because they were promoting how to build a community. And I joined the membership, and then in the membership there was a mini UGC course, and I remember talking to them on voice notes, and they were saying, why are you not doing UGC? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you are teaching people how to create engaging videos. Like, do you even know what it is? And I was like, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. But I remember seeing loads of people were buying the course and they had UGC on their handles. And I was like, I don't even know, what is this? So I looked into it and I thought, well, maybe actually I should have a look. And after I took the course, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, but it was one of those things, you know, when you see so many things online where people are saying, oh, you can make money, and I've fallen for so many of those traps before. I was like, oh, I don't know, but I thought it doesn't cost me any money. Like, I already know the skills, so might as well give it a go. And then on November 1st, I thought, sod it, I'm gonna do it. And then I changed my handles on my social media. And I remember, because I had a TikTok account, but I never really used it because I didn't know how to use it. And I changed the handle on my TikTok, and I spelled UGC wrong, and I couldn't change
Did you write
it back.
UCG?
Yes.
Yes, so many people do that. I've seen that a lot.
And I was stuck with it for like 7 days, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, how professional of me. But
no one would have noticed.
Oh,
nobody noticed, right?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I changed my handles, and I started doing what everyone does, you know, like doing a UGC example at home with what you have. I was so cringed by it. I was like, this is not going to work. This is rubbish. And then on, I think it was November 12th, I've got my first paid collaboration, and I couldn't believe, like, I was like, this has got to be a scam. In fact, I had an email 9 days later, and that was a scam, and I fell for it. I was so excited, and I was like, oh my god, I got my first collaboration, and it was a scam. But on the 12th day, that was a real one, and it was quite a big one as well. It was for a big brand here in the UK, and it was £740. I never forget. I was like, how the hell did I just bag £740 for something that I don't know? I literally don't know what I'm doing. I know how to create engaging content, but I've never done a single UGC video. But I was so excited, and I thought, well, there's definitely something in here. And then, like everyone says, it snowballs. Like, it just, from then on, it just started. I just remember feeling so overwhelmed because I didn't know, I didn't have all the systems in place to run a UGC business. And I felt so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. I had like spreadsheets, invoices. It was just crazy. But yeah, that's how I started.
And that's the best story as well, because I feel like a lot of people they wait till they're ready. Honeys, you're never going to be ready. Like,
no,
here, Cristina, just go full tilt.
Yeah.
And learn along the way.
My ex-sister-in-law, bless her, she's starting, and she was holding back on posting that first video, and I kept messaging, was like, just do it. Like, no one gives a shit. Like, no one knows you right now. Like, just do it. I even said, like, just create a new account, so then you don't, you know, no one from your family and your friends see you. Just create a UGC account. That's even better, I think. And then just start posting, because you don't know, like, brands are watching all the time. She's now doing it, which I'm really happy about, and I think she's going to be amazing. But yeah, like, people do wait, and this is another reason why I wanted to do the workshop, because I wish I'd had someone telling me all these things. But it's true, you don't have to be ready. You just have to get out there, and you get ready as you doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way of learning than by doing it.
I think there's a big thing to be said about making mistakes as well. I think people are worried about making mistakes, but you're going to make mistakes whether you're
100%.
really ready or not, and you're going to learn from those mistakes.
100%. I look at my videos last month and I think they're horrible. Like it's a learning process, and you just get better every time. And that's the thing. You only get better by doing it again and again.
Yeah.
So you have to jump in.
Totally. And Cristina, so that £740 job, that's a whopper. Was that an inbound?
No, that was with that. This is the crazy thing as well. That was with Vidsy. And I don't know if you know Vidsy. It's really hard to get work with Vidsy. So Vidsy, it's an agency platform. I think it's a hybrid between the both of them. And they have like the biggest brands. But because of that, the competition is ridiculous. Like they have thousands of creators. So I don't know how the hell they went for me, but they did. And that was the thing that was the catalyst for me. That was the thing that gave me confidence, make me believe in myself, because I was like, well, if they believe in me, I better believe in myself and get this shit done. But yeah, that was my first one. And then after that, I had a few inbounds, and they were actually from TikTok, which was a platform that I've never used before. And you know, when people say keep posting, keep showing up, it is true. Like brands do pick up a lot of work from TikTok. So yeah, that was my first one. It was Vidsy, and then loads of inbounds.
That's awesome. And I agree with you on the brands are always watching thing, because I think a lot of people get a bit worked up about, you know, knowing the perfect formula for posting on your personal pages, right? Like a lot of people like, oh my God, I'm getting all these inbounds this week, but I don't know what I'm doing differently. And also, you know, they're like, how many days a week do I need to post on my personal page? And I feel like it's not about that. It's just about being present. And it's about, you know, you feel like you're posting into the void because you don't know whether brands are watching you, but they're watching.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not about like when, you know, when you've posted that perfect piece of content, then they're going to send you the inbound. It's just about, I think, just your page in general and whether it fits the vibe for them. So if you keep posting, then it's going to keep your content fresh.
And I think as well, you have to make it searchable. Like you have to optimize your socials so people can find you. Like I know hashtags are not as useful as they used to be back in the day, but they are searchable. Like I use them solely for searching purposes. So I'll always have UK UGC, for example, or like UGC mum, you know, depending on what content I'm posting. But I always have those hashtags because brands do and agencies do actually search by hashtags. So I think it's really important that you make your content searchable. And in terms of posting, like I've gone through back and forth with myself so many times, like I don't know what to post. You know, like I don't really feel that confident posting my examples, not because I'm not embarrassed, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me. So I have them on a highlight instead. So if a brand lands on my page, they don't have to go looking for examples on my feed. They can just click on the highlight and see what I'm about. But it's very personal. I think a lot of people hold themselves back on posting because they don't know what to post. And at the end of the day, you just have to show up as yourself and do your best. Like at the moment, I'm sort of transitioning into posting whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, girl.
I got to a point where I'm like, I need to stop because I'm overthinking it. And you know, you look at all these other accounts and what they're doing, and I just thought, fuck that, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna start posting what I want. And you know, I'm still searchable. If they find me, this is me, you know.
Yes.
But at the same time, I have my eggs in so many different baskets. Like I'm not relying on social media. I registered with loads of agencies, lots of platforms. I still use apps. Like you can't rely on one source of income all the time. Like you have to diversify, and that's what I do. My work comes from so many different places all the time, and that gives me the flexibility of posting whatever the hell I want because I'm not relying on social media.
Yeah, I think you've got a really good point there as well, Christina. Like you're just creating content that feels good and kind of lets Christina shine through. And brands aren't like us, right? They're not scrolling and gonna find you because the algorithm served you. They literally are, like you just said, they're searching. So they're gonna treat the app as a search engine. So you really have to bear that in mind when you're planning your content for your personal page.
Yeah, definitely. But that is something, it's a work in progress for me because I'm always arguing with myself about what to post, and I am working on it. And I'm slowly just starting to not give a shit and just trying to just post what I love, because at the end of the day, it shows when you're not enjoying what you're posting and you're forcing it. And like, I stopped doing tutorials altogether, and that is what was growing my account. Like, that is because people love tutorials, but it was taking too much time for me to create a tutorial, and I don't have time because my work needs me. So then I stopped doing that, and my account is slowly, like, it's not growing as fast anymore. But that's okay. Like, and if people unfollow me because of it, then that's okay as well, because I want to find the right people to follow me. And I am trying to grow my account because I want to get bigger brand deals. Like, I want to eventually be able to do sponsorship content, and the right people will find me and the right people will follow me. And if they don't like what I'm doing, then see you later. Yes, yeah, definitely.
I really miss your tutorials. You're so good at those. Where do you get all the ideas from?
Instagram. I just scroll, and when I see like a really cool edit, I'm like, yes, that is a good one. And it's so hard for me to stop myself because I see them now and I'm like, oh, that would be amazing. But it's just, I also don't want to confuse people. Like, I don't want to be doing an art tutorial here and then lifestyle there. I don't know. I think I'm trying to find a balance and a format that works for me at the moment. And I'm just testing different types of content and see what works. But what I'm doing most of all is taking the pressure from it, because it used to really stress me about what to post, and that stopped me from posting and showing up. And I did see a decrease in work when I had a big sort of gap of not posting. So I need to get out of my head and just do what I love.
Don't they say where your energy goes? What's the phrase? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do, but I can't think of it either.
Something flows. Anyway, I hope everyone catches my drift there. But I have to say, Cristina, I had that thought when because I love following you and I loved your tutorials, because it's just all stuff that I'm like, that is so cool. I've never seen that before. I've never thought about that. But I always did have that thought, because I obviously know how much goes into content, and then having to manage a UGC job, I'm like, where does this woman get all her time from?
Yeah, it's very that's the thing, it's very time consuming, and I need to prioritize my money making tasks. And doing tutorials was bringing me followers, but not necessarily money. So I had to really sit down and think, okay, what is making money? Because I'm not going back to work. Like, this is my job now, and I need to make money. And although it was growing my account, and I can eventually make money from that, it's just UGC makes me more money and faster. So I had to basically be brutal with me and just go, okay, this is what works, so I have to do it. But I still love tutorials, and who knows, I might dip my toes in and out every now and then. It's just, I love it. I do love it. That's how I got into all of these, is because of the editing.
Answer me honestly though, Cristina. So you're saying, the money's in the UGC, but where is your heart?
It's tough, because the thing I love about UGC is how different it is. So it makes my brain work, because I have to I love being creative. and it makes my brain work, especially if I got a job where I have to script, I have to get, you have to do the research. I just love that. It's very different. Every day is very different. And as much as I love editing, I was doing editing for brands as well. And it got to a point where it was so repetitive that I was pulling my hairs. I was like, oh my God, this is so boring, because it was so repetitive. And I actually sort of lean more towards UGC because of the variety of it. The thing that I don't like so much about UGC is how unreliable it can be. So that's something I'm working on, sort of trying to scale the actual UGC business itself, because I don't like relying solely on UGC.
Yeah.
So I do get like income from my digital products as well. But like I said before we started the call, I don't like promoting myself. Maybe I need to get someone to do UGC for me.
Yeah.
I don't, I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable selling themselves, and I'm one of them. But I find it hard relying on UGC all the time, because I don't know if you saw my post a couple of weeks ago, but June was my slowest month, and it makes you like doubt yourself, like, that's it. Was that it? Like, that was it. That was my, my lucky time, and now it's all going to shit. But it hasn't. Like, I was still getting work. It just wasn't as high pay as other months have been, and it really threw me, because I'm trying to not go back to work. Like, I'm trying to make this my full-time job, and it scared me a little bit, because I was like, oh crap, like what if I have months like these, like in 2 months time, like I still have to pay my bills, it's tricky. And it makes me think, oh, maybe I should get a part-time job and then do UGC. But I know deep down, that wouldn't be the right thing for me, because I'm in a position where my daughters are going to start school in September, and I know I'm going to be able to dedicate 5 days a week to it, and it's going to be different. Summer is going to be very interesting, because I don't have any childcare for 6 weeks.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know. I'm still taking on work, but not as much. But it's going to be interesting.
Is it the school holidays in the UK now?
It starts on Friday, yeah.
Oh gosh, you're bracing yourself.
Yeah. And because they're not school age, my youngest two, they're not school age yet. They don't qualify for holiday clubs. So I have to pay like a full price of a day in nursery. And I don't know if you're aware of how we are the most expensive country in the world for childcare.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and putting them on childcare for work would be basically working just to pay childcare, and I'm not going to do that.
No, what's the point?
So it's going to be a summer of fun. I want to say hell, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fine.
You're making me laugh, because there's a post that you did a while ago that really gave me a giggle, when you're doing, I think you're drying your hair or something, and then you turn your hair dryer off, and there's all like kids screaming and kids music in the background.
Yeah, that is basically it. And that is why I get up at 4:30 every morning, because there is no Frozen in the background. Like, it's just silent. It's madness. It's absolutely chaotic, my house. I don't know how the hell I do it, because
you got 4
crazy.
kids, right?
I do, yeah.
Oh. Well, there you go.
It's crazy. And they're all like different age groups, and they're all different. Like, I've got a daughter in secondary school, my son in primary school, my other 2 in nursery, but they're all going to go to different schools in September, so it's going to be fun. I spend about 2 hours doing school runs.
So tell me about what are your best tips, if you have any, for mums dealing with this chaotic section of life where you're trying to work it all around a bunch of kids?
So I would say try and automate as much as you can of the business. So for example, I don't do my pitching anymore. I have a VA that does the pitching for me, and
Amazing.
that that alone has saved me so much time and sanity, because it gets to a point when you're getting work, it gets to a point where it's going to feel like you're drowning, like you don't have enough time. And I don't have enough time. I have 15 hours a week for these, and that's really not enough. So I had to look for things that I could give away, and I love to delegate even more work, but as my business is still quite young, I need to be in a position where I'm earning more to be able to outsource other things. But that the pitching was the main one for me, because when you start getting work and you focus on working, then the pitching sort of slows down because you're not concentrating on pitching. So then you finish the work, and then all of a sudden you have this gap with no work because you haven't been putting on the work to look for work. So excuse me. So that was the first thing I needed to do, and it was an investment. It's it was worth my while, because in one gig it pays itself. So yeah,
good.
That's definitely but I'd say as well, organizing, if you can, from day one, you need to have a system in place to organize your workflow. And that is something I struggled with at the beginning. I didn't know how to organize my workflow, and it was doing my head in. Like, I felt like I was drowning, and I built a Notion board and a template to it, and it's incredible now. I literally know where everything is. I can see everything in at a glance, what's due, what needs to be done. Like, invoices never get missed anymore. They still get unpaid, and I still have to chase them.
That's
but
out of your hands.
Yeah, but at least now I know when they're due. Whereas before, it was all just all over the place. And yeah, that saved my sanity as well. But like I said before, I do get up early before the kids, and I think if you have children and you are trying to do this and they are at home with you, you're gonna have to utilize their sleeping time. In the UK, it's dark, really, like, not now because it's summer, but in the winter at 4:30 it's pitch black, so you can't be doing filming. So you're gonna have to utilize the nap times to do filming. And then I used to do my edits in the morning or at nighttime when they went to bed. Like, you're just gonna have to play around with the sleeping schedules. But it does get easier. I think once you get going, you will find your feet with your processes and how you do things. But it's overwhelming at the beginning, if you've never done this before, because UGC is sold on the internet like this dream work that you get paid £400 for 20-second video, but they don't tell you how much work it goes into it. Like, the negotiation alone, like, some can take I was telling my partner, I was like, sometimes I've done jobs that have taken me 2 months just to agree. Price. Like, it's insane. Like, and they don't show that on social media. So you have to account for all of that, but yeah, I think for me the filming time was the trickiest part, because I had to do it either when the kids were out or when they were asleep and they go to nursery. I have to save all of that. I have my pockets of filming time now, but if they're at home with you, you just have to wait until they go to sleep, which is very annoying.
And it's a lot of pressure, isn't it? I've started because I've realized that I can't really put myself under that pressure to film everything while they're asleep, and one of them doesn't sleep anyway. So I've started just like trying to communicate to them that mummy's going to go and film this. Can I have some silence or whatever I need? And they kind of get it now, and it's really cute because they sort of understand that my job is filming on my phone. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, Mum, do you want me to help you with your work?" And they're like picking up my phone, like, "Can I film you?"
Oh, that's so cute.
They're really on board, which I love. Yeah, because I couldn't really think of another way, because otherwise I'd just start getting a bit. We were talking about this before we started recording, weren't we? Like, I get angry with them because I'm just like, you woke up and Mum hasn't finished filming, and I resent them, and it makes me like a bitch. So
yeah. And I have to say, I had to have a really serious talk with myself at one point, because this was consuming me. Like, I was so determined to not go back to work that I was taking this so seriously that I would snap at anyone that got near me if I was busy doing something. And my partner would say, you need to stop. Like, I would be on my phone when they were having breakfast, and I was so tense because I needed to get something done immediately before something else. And my partner would say, Cristina, you need to stop. When you're with them, you're with them. And when they go to school, and I was like, but you don't understand, because this needs to be done right now. And now I had to have a very serious, I have a completely different outlook on my business now. And like I said to you before, I used to get up at 4:30 and work. Now I wake up at 4:30 and I look after myself mentally. It's almost like I go to the mental gym every morning, and I get myself ready, and I meditate, and I exercise, and I journal. So then my brain is calm, and when I'm working, I give my whole to my work. And then when I'm with them, I can be with them, and I no longer snap at anyone. I don't bite anyone's head off. I feel much more calm. And it hasn't, like, my fear was that if I didn't use that time in the morning for work, I'll fall behind. But it hasn't happened, because I don't know, I feel like more clarity. I'm more calm, and I can look at things in a different way rather than being chaotic and stressed and rushing. I still have, to do the same work, but I do it in a different way now, and it's working really well. I think for me, the one thing that was my Achilles heel, it's that I wasn't looking after myself. I was giving my everything to my business, the little bit that was left to my kids, and maybe a little bit to my partner, and absolutely nothing left for me, nothing. And I burned down so badly, probably about 3 times since I started, that it got to the point when I went, enough, this is enough. If I want to do this full time going forward, I'm going to have to invest time on me before I can. It's the saying, you need to pour your own, what was it, like your cup needs to be
we're so bad with this.
But you can't pour from an empty cup. There you go. So I had to fill my own cup before I could pour. And it's changed me as a mom, as a business owner, as a partner. I just feel much more calm, and my business isn't going anywhere. Like, I'm still getting work, and I'm just able to deal with it much better because I'm not a mess.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got someone coming into my podcast this evening, actually. I did a program with her. She was she's still a friend of mine, but I know her from years ago, and she now mentors people. And I did a program with her, and the one thing that she kept saying to me again and again and again, it's that, Cristina, you need to make time for resting. You cannot do what you're doing. And I was like, yeah. I'll rest when I got time. And
when I'm dead.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I'm going to be talking about this tonight, and she's going to say, I told you. But she was so right. Like, you can't thrive if all you're doing is give. Doesn't matter. Like, in my head, I was like, I need to do it. I need to, one more hour, one more edit, and it will burn you down, like, so badly. So resting for me was probably the biggest tip I can give anyone, is to make time for yourself. Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you had to learn that the hard way. So did I as well. And that's why I'm such a fan of time blocking. And when I say time blocking, I'm not just talking about like, oh, I do my admin in that time, and I do my editing in that time, and I film these times. I sacredly block in my me time, and it's non-negotiable. Like, and I think it's really I think it's a really tough hill to climb when you first start doing it, and you're like, no, but I'm so busy, I need to do all this stuff in that time. But the more you push back on yourself, the more you realize that you do everything so much quicker, you do everything so much better, and you're so much more proud of your work. So I find that putting those boundaries in place actually creates so much more space in your business.
I think for me, it's the guilt. Like the way I was thinking was, how can I give myself time when I need to make money? In my head, I couldn't, like, those two things couldn't coexist. I couldn't be thinking about resting when I needed to make money, because as self-employed, if you don't get out there, you know, like, you have to get out there to get work. And so in my head, I was like, how can I justify to take time off when I need to make this work, especially at the beginning? So yeah, it's tough, but it's definitely doable. And I just wish I've known this from the beginning. Same. And it doesn't matter how many people tell you, because you're still going to do it. But it's the best thing I've done for my business, I think.
I think a good way of looking at it, Cristina, is, you know, you're saying to yourself, oh, but, you know, there's the money-making tasks I need to focus on, and then there's the self-care. Doing the self-care makes you magnetic. So, like, by doing less, you're making more money. Yeah.
And I know we're not talking about like woo-woo or anything like that, but what happens when you are on that constant hassle is you have this scarcity mindset. Like, you do. I was like, there's not enough, like, I need to do this and need to do that. And now this is one of the things that I do every morning. Like, I work on my mindset, and I put a lot of effort into abundance, like making it clear in my head that there is enough for everyone. Like, there is plenty of work out there. There's millions of brands. Like, it's having that sort of mindset shift. It sounds very cliche, but it's true, and it works. Like you say, you become more magnetic. Like, your energy changes. And yeah, I don't look like a shriveled prune anymore when I'm out there. Like, I feel
maybe
like,
brands want that.
I feel full of energy, and it brings the passion back to doing what I'm doing. And I think that shows as well. And it shows on my work when I do the work for my clients. So yeah.
I wanted to talk about the VA thing as well. You know, that's all part of giving yourself space. I feel like that's so brave of you at this point in your UGC career, because you haven't even been doing it for a year, is that right?
No, I started in November. So what is that now? 9 months. Yeah.
That's incredible. That is so brave, hiring a VA already.
To say though, I didn't just get like a random person to do the pitching for me. I use a brand called Bento.
Yes.
It's very different. So it's 50% human, 50% AI. And like, I trusted them because I've been with them from pretty much from the beginning of my journey. So I know them. Yeah, I know them. And I knew they weren't gonna, it's not like just getting a random person, because it could be very much hit and miss with that. And I was very scared. I knew I needed something like that, but I was too scared to just get someone to do that for me, because I've heard horror stories.
I've got one.
Yeah, including yours. So I knew I needed something that wasn't quite as, like, you know, like just a person doing it for me. So I went with Bento, and it's worked beautifully. Like, so it works really well. I don't have time for going in. Like, they send me like certain brands. They said, look, we like these brands and we're gonna do the pitching. I don't even look anymore. I just go, yep,
trust them,
go for it. And some of the brands that come back to me, they're like, oh, we'd like to work with you. I'm like, who are you? Like,
who the hell are you?
I need to look into it. And I'm like, oh, okay, yep. We can do that. But yeah, it works really well. I think it's definitely 100% worth the money. it pays itself. It's incredible, and I don't think I'd be at the level of work that I am today if it wasn't for them. I think they're a great platform, and they're probably going to start charging more soon because the results are incredible.
It is good value. I think in Aussie dollars, I think it's $50 a month.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's $50, and in pounds it's only about £36. So it's a no-brainer. Like,
it really is.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great platform, and the customer service is really good as well.
Oh, I'm so glad that came up, Cristina, because I think a lot of people are probably hovering over that option, thinking, oh, I don't know if I can justify the cost. So it's nice to hear from someone who's actually tried it. I've never tried it. I use Bento, but haven't tried the VA.
Yeah, I think for me, it was a no-brainer. Like, I literally upgraded to the Pro, I think, after 2 days of using it because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Just because for two reasons. A, I don't have the time, and B, I'm not as eloquent. Like, I rely on ChatGPT a lot for my copy in a lot of stuff. Not solely on Chat. I always put my own spin, but I'm not English, and I find it hard to write things in a nice, polite way. Like, my partner always says,
you're very direct.
You're so direct. So whenever I get when I'm on a back and forth with a client and they're pissing me off, I need to literally, I take my anger to ChatGPT and I say, please make this sound better, because I'm literally like, no, you're not having that. Or like, I'm so direct and so harsh. So thanks, ChatGPT, for saving my life. But what I liked about Bento with the Pro version, that was that they created a much better pitch. You know, like the whole thing was so much polished than if I did it myself. So it's definitely worth checking.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. You found such a good system for yourself. I love it. I did actually want to talk to you about platforms as well, because I know that, you know, just from listening to your podcast and following you on Instagram, I know that you've definitely dabbled in a lot of platforms. I'm pretty sure you had 12 on your podcast as well.
They're lovely.
So I want you to talk. Oh, and also I think I saw on your Instagram that you got a job off Fiverr as well.
Yesterday.
So let's talk about that. Because I think a lot of people just like, so this is where I stand with platforms. I have tried so hard to give them the grace. Like, I've tried, I'm like, I don't like you, but I'm going to keep going with you and see whether the magic happens. And I just have not got there with any of them. So tell me about your perspective.
Okay. So like I always say, like, just don't put your eggs in one basket. Like, you have to spread yourself. I'm spread everywhere. Like, I've got my name in so many different places. But the main ones I use are 12, Vidsy. I'm on a few agencies now as well. I'm on the Green Room socials. I haven't got anything from them yet, but like I said, I've got my name everywhere. And the reason I wanted to give Fiverr a go is because it's very passive. So once you create your gig, that there's no pitching. You don't have to work for us. So it's there. And that was part of my plan of automating as much for my business as possible. I thought, how good would it be if I had someone doing the pitching for me and work coming through Fiverr, for example? The reason I didn't do Fiverr before is because they get 20% off your fees. And I thought that's a big chunk. But they also, you don't do the pitching, you don't do the contracts, you don't do the invoices. So they take a big part of the work that you would be doing otherwise. So I thought, it's not too bad. The prices are lower than I would charge generally, but I know that you can put your prices up as you get more and more work. So obviously I got my first job yesterday. And the good thing about Fiverr as well is that although your prices are low, you can bump your prices with all the extras. So my price is quite low in Fiverr, but if you want anything, and I mean anything on your video other than 10 seconds of me talking, you're gonna have to pay for it, and that bumps the price up quite a lot. So it's not too bad, actually. I think the first job I got is $200, but it's very, very basic, like minimal work for me, and I'll take that because I didn't have to do any pitching. I didn't have to do any admin for it.
Is it
But
US
yeah,
dollars?
US dollars,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
not bad.
it's not bad for, I mean, I'm still a beginner. I'd call myself, you know, in between beginner and intermediate. So I don't mind. Like, I'm growing and my prices will go up as I grow. So you have to start from somewhere, and Fiverr, you need to lower your prices because there's so much competition. But yeah, I love it. Apps not so keen because apps are quite cheap, but I still get some work from apps because I'm very picky with apps. I'll just work with the brands that I want to work through apps rather than just taking on everything and anything like I used to do at the beginning. Now I'm like, oh, I like this. I want that on my portfolio. So I will take £100 just for, you know, whatever, 30 seconds. But yeah, I like platforms, and I'm hoping that Fiverr will continue to come in, because that would be the dream. If I could get the pitching done for me and work coming through Fiverr, that would be amazing.
You'll be a machine.
Yeah, can you imagine?
What are your best tips for someone who's trying to set themselves up on Fiverr and get gigs on Fiverr?
Oh gosh, I actually took a course on Fiverr because I was useless. Like I'd looked into Fiverr before and I was like, what the hell? Like,
yeah,
the setting up the gig was doing my head in. I was like,
it's overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming because there's so many different options. So I took a course. I don't know if I can mention the person who I took the course. Yeah. So I took the course from Anna from A Plus Socials.
Yeah,
She's
been on
great.
the
I
pod.
love. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
coming to my pod as well. I love her.
Oh,
And
yay.
she's so good. Like, you could tell she was a teacher because she's so good at explaining things. And I remember, it's one of those things that you have to invest time. And I took a week of sitting up on my laptop and going through every step with her. Literally, I had my laptop on my tablet and I went along with her and I set up my gig. And it's taken probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe for someone to bite my bait.
That's pretty good.
But it is good. And I wouldn't otherwise. I don't think I would have ever set up my gig and be any good, because she's so good at what she does. Like, she's been doing Fiverr for I think 3 years maybe, so she knows the ins and outs of what works. And it's incredible how much in depth she goes into, like, the reasons why you need to do this and that. And I think it's an investment that's definitely worth for your business if you want to give a go at Fiverr. I just couldn't have done it on my own because I didn't have the time to do the research. And
it's a choice, isn't it? Like, do you choose time, or you pay for efficiency?
Definitely.
And you chose that. So that's congratulations. That's so cool.
Thank you. I'm really tough.
Yeah, you should be. I wanted to ask you, Cristina, just because, you know, time being so precious has come up a lot in this. And I think, you know, in my mind, you're the go-to creator for really fun edits.
Thank you.
Where do you sit on, and obviously that takes a lot of time, so where do you sit on when you're editing your UGC? Like, how elaborate do you make it, given that all that stuff takes time?
Okay, so this is an interesting one because you have to be very mindful of who you're creating for. So I'm 40 and I fall into the 40 plus category now, which is fine. I like it. But if I'm working for a brand that is targeting 40 plus, I need to tone it down with my edits because it's a different demographic. They don't like us older generation don't like the crazy edits. So if I'm working for a much younger target audience, then also the client will tell me, like, please, can you do some of your edits? Because some people have found me through my edits, and like I had a brand come to me and they said, could you please do some of your crazy transitions? And I was like,
crazy
okay.
transitions.
I know. I was like, it was for an insurance company as well. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to fit that in. I know. But I did just a little bit at the very beginning, just that for the hook. Because I thought, okay, you know, if that's what you want, I'll do it. But I'm just very mindful of who the target audience is. And because I'm kind of working with a lot of 40 plus, I'm not using a lot of edits, but you just have to, I think if it's a product and it's a younger, like less than 40, I love to use stop motion. I think that's very eye-catching. I like to use like transitions to change from one product to, if I got more than one product from that brand, I'll do something cool with changing shapes from one to the other. Like, I just try and keep it as engaging as possible, always being mindful of who I'm making this video for, basically.
Yeah, that's really good advice, I think. Yeah, because it really does. It's quite phenomenal how it changes between the demographics of what they respond to. We're all very different beasts.
Yeah, definitely.
And you said that you've got a couple of digital products out. So let's start with your editing course. So are you still offering your editing course?
Yep, it's still on my store. I thought when I saw the whole CapCut thing, I thought, oh great, that's me done. But now I'm glad the things have cleared up, and well, people just love to spread, you know, fear mongering, and people were using the whole CapCut to get views and being really dramatic about it. And I reached out to them directly, and it turns out it wasn't that bad, because the actual content creation hasn't changed. It's for templates, because they monetize on templates, so they needed to change their terms of service. But it hasn't changed. My editing course still there. It's for beginners, and that's how a lot of UGC creators found me at the beginning. It's because they wanted to learn how to edit, and I'll go through the basics of CapCut. So as a UGC creator, you are going to need to know certain things like transitions, like overlaying, masking, and it's all in there basically. And then I'll go on to more advanced things like harder transitions. But the main part of the course is basically CapCut 101. It just teaches you how to start from the very beginning for somebody that's never done edits before.
Yeah, that's so good, because I think it can be really overwhelming for a lot of beginners who they want to learn, but you know, CapCut really is a beast.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can actually teach yourself for free. Like, you can spend hours on YouTube just like I did. But this is the whole point of me doing this course, was to avoid spending hours. Like, you are going to get the basics of like the fundamentals of editing on that course, because I spent hours and hours learning these by myself on YouTube. So I put it all in, like, it's about under 3 hours long in total. So I think it's definitely it's a nice little course, I think, if you're getting started.
Yeah. And you've also got your workshop as well, your UGC workshop. Tell me about that.
Yes. So again, because I remember feeling like all over the place when I got started, I wanted to create something that it was very much like from zero to getting your first gig. Again, I'm very conscious about time. That's why I did it in an hour. Excuse me, in an hour. I tried to get as much as I could in 1 hour. It's more for you to realize, like, is this for me? Like, this is what UGC is. Do I really want to go into it? Like, because I didn't know the amount of time I would be spending on admin and chasing and negotiating. So it's all laid out there. Like, this is what UGC is. If it's for you, then go for it. But it's something I wish I'd known or found when I was getting started. As well, I took the course in the Hive Hub Collective, which I think is amazing. But it's Australian, like, and I'm in the UK, and I couldn't find much on UK specific UGC, so that's what I wanted to do my workshop as well, because I touch on, you know, like if you're in the UK, this is what you need to do. But yeah, I think is quite informative, and I've had really good feedback from it. Yeah,
I think that's really good what you said about making it angled towards working out whether it's right for you, because this kind of goes full circle, because at the beginning you were talking about how originally you thought UGC was a scam because everyone talks about how good it is.
Yeah,
and it does look really spammy online, I have to say.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think people are like, oh, well, what are you trying to sell me? But we're not trying to sell anything. We're just we're trying to grow our personal brands, right?
Yeah.
But in doing that, it makes the industry look spammy.
Yeah, definitely. I think because of the whole MRR and PLR boom that happened last year, you know, people are afraid, or they just don't want to fall for another thing. So I do get it. If that hadn't happened, I think it would be different, but I think people are a bit burned out from the whole MRR and PLR.
I agree. I think it went a little bit crazy, you know, especially on TikTok, and people are just like, okay, is this another one of those things again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Cristina, tell us about your podcast.
Oh God.
What do you mean, oh God?
Oh, it's just another thing, isn't it? Like, why do I do this to myself? Like, I got a friend and she's like, oh, for God's sake, Cristina, stop it.
Slow down.
Yeah. I love my podcast. My podcast is, again, something, when I got started, I binged on everything that was UGC related, and I loved listening to people's stories because it made me feel like I can do it too. So I wanted to create something that would inspire people, and so I created the podcast. And I love as much as I love it. Excuse me. Again, it's very time consuming because I'm doing the editing, and so season 1 was done and dusted, then I had a little break, and then I started season 2, and I've got some really great guests coming on, but I'm a bit worried that, again, time is going to be an issue, and I keep going back and forth, like, or maybe I should stop these. But it's an inspiration hub. Like, I love talking to people, the normal people that started just like me and you and are crushing it, because that's what motivated me to start and keep going. But I love it. It's my little project that, you know, it doesn't give me anything, like that. It's not a money making task right now, but I love it. So I just maybe that's the second thing I need to outsource, is like a podcast editor. Because I just don't have the time. But I love it.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because I'm currently hiring for a podcast editor right as we speak. And, you know, like you said, it's a passion project. This thing doesn't make me money. So it's kind of like, you know, paying to get someone to edit something that doesn't make me money. But I love it. I'm not gonna, I want to keep going with it, because it's awesome, isn't it? Like I could talk about UGC for days, but it's just so great to share it with people who need it and who are going to be inspired by it too.
I think because UGC is such a lonely profession, isn't it?
It's lonely out here.
And when I talk, I feel like, already just talking to you, I feel energized, because I'm in my little corner desk all day, like in the dark, like a hermit. And then when I get to talk to people, I fill myself up with like good energy. I just love it. So I don't want to give up my podcast, because I just love talking to people.
It's your community.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I better let you get on, Cristina. You've probably got 2-year-olds waking up, and
I've got about at least 3 of them must be awake by now.
Causing chaos. So But thank you so much for joining us today. That was a really fun chat.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's so nice to like, because I'm always talking to other people. It's like, oh, I've got a story, you know. It's so nice to talk about it.
Yes, Christina's turn in the hot seat.
But I need to get you on my podcast so then you can tell us your story.
Done. Sign me up. I'll be there.
Oh, it was so lovely talking to you. I feel like I've known you for ages. Well, I followed you from the very beginning, so it's lovely to actually get to talk to you.
One of my UGC besties.
Yeah.